Dude, I'm just going to take a moment to get extremely hyped about the awesome start that Mr. Xath has on this early game raid account, man. Look at the cold heart, dude. Level 60, fully booked. That's like a level 50 something account, I think, maybe early level 60s. We've got the Ruella on this account as well, fully booked up. Dude, better than a legendary in the early game. This champion right here in the early game, specifically, right? Triple hitter that steals enemy 10 meter. Triple hitter that places all of the big boss killer debuffs, including a decreased speed, great into Chimera, great into Fire Knight, great into Spider, which is a dungeon that we're going to be focusing on in this account takeover video, because that is where Mr. Xath is struggling into Spider's Den and into Demon Lord Clan Boss. We're here to take a look. Before we do, man, new promo link time, and this one is insane. We're talking a triple legendary, triple epic champion start to your new raid account. And all you gotta do to get Elnaril as your starter legendary champion, legendary poisoner and HP burner champion, is make sure that you are signed out of Plarium Player on your PC and then click on the beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box. That link will take you to this webpage right here. Use this webpage to create your new raid account. Elnaril will then be waiting for you in your account inbox, your free starter legendary, and then you get the 3 additional epic champions as you level up your account. Alice is still going to be the login reward champion as another free legendary, but she's only going to be available until the end of March, so make sure that you take use of this start now. And to get Supreme Gallic on day 1 of your new raid account as well, all you're going to do is enter the beginner promo code Supreme6 to get Supreme Gallic in your inbox as well. Honestly, the most insane start in the galaxy to your new raid account. Make sure to hit that beginner promo link right now, man, if you're looking for a fresh start in 2025. Let's get to the clan boss team first. That one shouldn't take too long, I don't think, but dude, I gotta take a second just to appreciate the builds on this account. Well done, Xath, man. Look at the champion speeds. The Ugo's nice and fast, accuracy north of 240, very, very good. Same story with the Ruella, 192 speed, 260 accuracy. Hell yes, dude. This is what I'm talking about, man. The Alice is built out with a little bit over crit cap, but that's fine. Like, it's like super early game, you know. Crit damage amulet, that pink statted into more crit damage as well. Loving the builds on this account. I especially love, and this is for any beginner players watching this one, the mixing and matching of gear sets. Like, look at the Ugo, for example. We just got a couple of random pieces of instinct gear here on the Ugo, but we're looking at the stats on the gear and not caring too much about the gear sets necessarily. Perfect. That's exactly what you want to be doing in the early to mid game of your raid account. The stats are all that matter, especially that speed. Do we actually have the Myceliac Priest booked out as well? We do. Oh my god. Okay, very, very nice. What about the Fane? Okay, the Fane is not fully booked. That's going to be a clan boss progression champion for us, but okay, man. So this is how the current Demon Lord clan boss team is running right now. And as you can see in this clip right here, it's running at about like, what, 12.5 million damage. This is a recording from just a little bit earlier on today when I was checking the account out before things all start going to hell. So about 12.5 million damage is the damage to beat. This is against brutal difficulty Demon Lord clan boss, which we have never been able to one key before, which is, I guess, quite important to note. Is it like, how much damage? 18? Okay, 21 million damage that you need to one key and just quick battle against brutal difficulty, so quite tough. Not sure if we can achieve that in this very video, but it does all start with switching up this team a little bit, right? Into Demon Lord clan boss, you're going to be bringing at least one decrease attack champion. Is great to have. And then you want some defensive buff champions, guys who are bringing the increased defense. Ally protection is a great buff to bring as well. Those are really the tools that are going to allow you to survive that extra like 5, 6, 7, 8 turns against Demon Lord and really start to maximize your damage. We also want as much poison damage as we can get, which of course the Kale is great for this. The Myceliac Priest Ornn is great for this. The Monkey King, little bit random. You know, Monkey King's a great champion. Not bad into Hydra, great into Arena, not so great in most PvE areas of the game. So the team that I would be running instead into Demon Lord looks a little bit something like this. Bam! And there you have it. Okay, so we actually retain like most of the current team that we're running. Ideally, we've got to get this Apothecary up to level 60 so that he can then grab the Giant Slayer Mastery. He's very, very close to the Giant Slayer Mastery, by the way. He almost has the scrolls to get it. He's just not level 60 yet, so he can't get it, you know. So Giant Slayer, of course, on the Apothecary is going to be great for his A1. A lot of the poisoners and stuff are going to stay the same, but we're just going to switch out the Sun Wukong to get Vegas in this team, because honestly, he brings a great ally protect and he's fully booked as well. So he brings continuous heal buff, increased speed, reflect damage on a target ally, but most importantly, he brings ally protection on all allies except himself and an increased defense buff on himself as well. And so building out the Vegas with a good amount of health regeneration should be able to just massively soak up a lot of the damage that the team is taking and buy us some extra turns to get the job done. Now, purely for the sake of curiosity, I'm just going to run this clan boss team in. We're just using the Vegas into Brutal Clan Boss and just see what damage we get. Again, we stopped at like 12.5 million damage before, so let's see where we end up this time. My concern, of course, is that the Vegas is an ally protect champ, so he's soaking all of that damage, but he's only level 50, and so keeping himself alive might be a little bit of a problem until he hits level 60. Oh god, here we go, man. So the Vegas is about to ally protect a huge AoE hit here on boss turn 15. He might just get one-shotted. Okay, he actually lives. You know what? He keeps the Ugo alive as well, which is quite crucial too. Next hit that comes in from the clan boss is not going to be while an ally protect is up, however, just because of the way that the speeds are fallen. So this run could fall apart quite quickly, but the fact that we're going to maybe get around similar to... Oh my god, he just straight up got one-shotted. Poor Vegas, dude. He isn't ready for this, man. He isn't ready for this. But it looks like the damage in the end is going to finish up at about 12 million again here, I guess. Which is about similar to what we hit last time with Wukong. So it just tells you how little Wukong is actually doing for the team more than anything. Okay, so rebuilding time. Starting with the Vegas, who I would recommend because he's fully booked. We make this guy very, very high priority to take up to level 60 as the next level 60 champ on this account. If that Vegas can just live for longer and be faster in Demon Lord Clan Boss, he's going to buy us an extra like 3, 4, maybe 5 turns of survival time against Demon Lord, which is a big deal. It's going to pump up our damage by really quite a bit. Now, I do have a build saved for the Vegas that I just saved a little bit earlier on before actually starting the takeover, just replacing a few of the lesser, something like the 4-star pieces and stuff like that. So that's what the Vegas rebuild would look like for me. It's just some immortal gauntlets that have rolled speed. Sadly, a little bit of accuracy crept in there as well. Some of our gear options are a bit limited on the account, but once these pieces are rolled up to rank 16, he's going to have significant improvements on both his defense and his HP stats, which is very, very crucial indeed. And also his boost can go up as well, blah, blah, blah. So he's going to gain more speed too. And so, yeah, some speed pieces with regeneration and immortal gear like this on the Vegas are great because, yeah, the faster the Vegas is moving, the more uptime he's going to have across your team with the ally protection buff, which is important, but he's also going to be getting more turns, which means he's going to be triggering the heal from the regeneration gear and the immortal gear more often as well. And so he's going to need those heals towards the end of the Demon Lord Clan Boss run, you know, until he gets one-shotted, then it's not going to help him at all, but, you know. So some other pieces that we can look to switch in here, I think we can find some regeneration pieces that are slightly superior to what he's got, so we'll do this live. His current headgear has a bunch of attack percentage, which is not great. Can we find anything better? I mean, God, the very first one that I click on could well be better than this. Let me go ahead and scoop my fat, enormous cranium out of the way so that you guys can see the potential gear rolls that we could be looking at here. This headgear even, just at rank 8, is already better. It's going to get us more speed, more defense stats. Let's actually roll up this one right here and see if we can hit some speed rolls, defense percentage rolls. Let's take it up to 8. There is an artifact enhancement event on right now, but I want to be a little bit careful. That's not too bad. Unless it hits flat defense again, then we're pretty sad, but I don't want to spend too much silver. Oh god, it double rolls into flat defense. Bloody hell, I'm so sorry, man, Exath, dude. Oh, what a bombage that was. Okay, well, this can still be saved right here with another roll up. Don't want to spend too much silver because Exath is ready for the upcoming anniversary fusion. So I want to be a little bit careful, make sure that he has enough silver still left over on the account, 15, 20 mil or whatever, to go into the fusion with. So that he's ready to get through the artifact enhancements. And this one does roll into speed, so that's great. That's just an upgrade all around. More health, more speed, excellent. As for the shield that we're using, double rolled into health percentage, not bad. If we could trade this off for a mix of health percent and speed, that would be even better. Oh god, this is an unfortunate shield, isn't it? Dear me. I mean, not bad if you're looking for a resistance build on a guy, but okay, this shield right here could actually be pretty saucy as well. Let's go 4 at a time. Accuracy is absolutely useless on Vegas, by the way. It's just like a null stat. It just doesn't do anything. Okay, so we get the double defense percent roll again, so anything but accuracy here, and this shield is better than what we are using right now. Very, very good. We actually get the hit on the speed. So again, gains all around. We lose a little bit of health, but gain some defense, gain 10 speed. That 10 speed is a big, big deal. And good stuff. And again, we're still sitting on a couple of rank 12 artifacts here that I'm not going to roll up just now because I'm not sure if Exath would rather that we save the silver for now because the Vegas is still level 50, you know. But I'm going to go ahead and switch this gear onto the Vegi. He still has a hell of a lot of room to grow with this build as well, which is great. And he's ready to rock and roll as soon as he hits level 60. Next champion champion build that I saved and sort of keyed in is just some tweaks to the Cold Heart build. I noticed that we're using crit rate gauntlets on the Cold Heart. They're quad rolled into attack. Very, very good, but honestly, I think that we can do better. I think that we can actually go crit damage on this Cold Heart. We have the gear to support a crit damage build. We could throw this Feral Ring in there as well, but you know what? I was about that. We'll leave it at that, man. Yeah, this is the rebuild that we got mapped out for the Cold Heart. She's still only in 4-star boots, but you know, what can you do, right? She loses a little bit of crit rate, but Cold Heart only needs 70% crit rate to crit with her big A3, which is like the important skill, right? By switching over this build, bro, we're looking at a gain of like 74% crit damage, which is nuts, given that this isn't even a crit damage amulet. This is an attack amulet, bro. She's also going to gain a little bit of speed as well. It's only 2 speed, it's whatever. Gains a bit of attack, loses a bit of health. For me, this Cold Heart build, saucy, good to go, ready to help us take on Spider, which is the next dungeon we're going to get to. So let's go ahead and key that one in. She's looking absolutely saucy. Next up, I'm going to rebuild the Finn a little bit. Why? I think this champion has a big future for developing our clan boss team even further, and she's probably going to replace the Kill, right? Not only that, but having Fane on the team, because she brings so many solid debuffs into clan boss, right? The decreased attack, which is huge. The 2 poison debuffs are great for damage, but decreased attack is massive, man, for helping us stay alive for that bit longer. We just don't have that debuff on the team right now, which is the most important debuff to bring into early game clan boss, man. And then on her A3, she brings decreased defense and weaken. Because she brings decreased defense, we also don't need the Ugo on the team anymore either, so that opens up another slot, right? And so that's why I'm going to go ahead and rebuild the Finn. And there you have it. This ends up being basically a full rebuild on this champion. We've got her in some crit rate gauntlets that were already rolled up to rank 16, so getting her up towards 100% crit. She doesn't need to be 100% crit. It's not the biggest deal in the world, but some crit rate gauntlets on her, why the hell not? We can switch these out for something more defensive, defense percentage or whatever, if we have to, if we're struggling to keep her alive when she's level 60 and fully booked and we're trying to use her. Fair enough. But yeah, the rest of the build is just amping her speed by 1 billion, right? Getting up towards like 200 speed. Accuracy is also full and like well and truly taken care of. We lose a bit of attack, not the biggest deal. Finn is really more about her debuffs anyway. Oh yeah, and she was also in a pair of crit damage gauntlets originally, which weren't really doing a lot for us because we only had 30% crit before, so not that ideal on those. So just a big switch around for the Finn. I think that this is going to be an excellent replacement or like a hop up champion to just have a straight upgrade to the Kill in the Demon Lord Clan Boss team over time once she is fully booked. And so while this would be the Demon Lord Clan Boss team that I would suggest that we use for the time being, right, as we take the Vegas and the Apothecary up to level 60, the Apothecary so he can get Giant Slayer, and the Vegas so that he's not dead. I mean, are you kidding me? While this is the team that I would use right now, the team that I would use for the future would look a little bit something like this. With the Fane in the team, we then are bringing weaken and decreased defense. We don't need the Ugo anymore, and so that means we can remove the Ugo from the team, but we still need to take care of healing a little bit. I throw the Doom Priest into the team. She brings a good steady amount of healing every time. You just got to build her nice and fast, right? So she triggers this passive as much as possible, heals all allies, and removes 1 random debuff from them at the start of Doom Priest's turn. Certain affinities of Clan Boss are throwing out debuffs all the time, decreased speed, blah blah blah, decreased accuracy debuffs, that kind of thing. She'll be cleansing those. She'll have a pretty good chance of cleansing the Demon Lord Clan Boss stun, and can be speed tuned if you want, so that she always acts immediately after the clan boss and cleanses the stun quite reliably. And she also brings an increased attack buff as well, which is a buff that we didn't have before on the team. And so I throw the Doom Priest on the squad, man, and I think that she'd do a pretty good job. But of course, that's much further on down the line once the Vegas is 60 and the Apothecary is 60 with full masteries. Oh, and once the Fane is 60 as well and fully booked. So we're kind of like planning for the future here by quite a bit, but I've saved both teams in the team setup planner thing. On that note though, that does mean that I'm going to go ahead and key in the build for Doom Priest right. In fact, you know what, I'm not going to actually equip this on the Doom Priest right now, just in case plans change in the future for Exath, because we're really planning quite far in advance here with the Doom Priest, so I'll just leave this build saved in the build planner. But as you can see, she's built out with just very low accuracy. She doesn't need it, doesn't matter. Her defensive stats are pretty good, even for a level 49 champion, and her speed is the only thing that matters. The boots are still only rank 8, so she's got a lot of room to grow with all of the speed action and speed gains that she can make on the skier too. So yeah, I'll leave the Doom Priest naked for the time being. Now for Spider's Den, bane of new players everywhere. You know what I'm saying, but we are stuck on stage 15. Quick heads up, I always give this heads up in case there's any new players watching, but stick to farming stage 10, okay? Unless you can farm stage 16, right? It goes from stage 10 to stage 16, right? Everything in between is trash to farm because the drop rates on stage 10 are bugged like crazy and it drops like a ridiculous amount of 5-star artifacts, way more than it should be dropping, okay? But let's see if we can actually crack stage 16 in this very video. Okay, so this appears to be the team that we're currently running. Alice is incredible into Spider's Den, great AoE nuker. She also happens to be strong affinity into stage 16 as well, right? Magic into spirit, so great. She's gonna be landing lots of strong hits, and she gets the big cooldown reset on her A3 AoE skill as well, meaning that she gets to spam it out really quite often. Once again, Sun Wukong is a little bit useless here. The Sabbath is fine, she brings increased attack. The Ornn is really not doing a lot into Spider's Den, to be honest. We've got a Cold Heart, and we're not using the Cold Heart into Spider's Den. Allow me to reset my camera in rage. Ugh. There it is, man. That's how furious I am. Okay, let's go ahead and rebuild a model team to take on Spider. And this is it. Behold, man. Running the Haikatoon as the Speed Aura lead. She's the only real Speed Aura lead in all battles champion that we've got. So I'd suggest running the Haikatoon. Level her up to 50 if we need to. For this, I might need a rebuild her, actually. The increased speed buff, the speed aura, even at A3 has a chance to reduce enemy 10 meter by a little bit. We're then going to run two big old damage dealers, the Alice and the Kale, to just continuously kill off all of the spiderlings, because that's the only answer we've got to the spiderlings for the time being. A good general rule for the early game if you're getting started in Spider: if the spiderlings ever get to attack you a single time, you're probably building the team wrong, you know? Of course, there are teams that you can eventually build out that where it's fine if the spiderlings are attacking in against one champion, or you've got like a spiderling tank built out to do that specific job. That's like intermediate to advanced stuff. For the sake of beginners and for the sake of keeping it simple, just run a couple of big old damage dealers that can smack away at all of the spiderlings. It will work just fine until stage 16 for most players. And then a couple of 10 meter controllers, ideally one of these champions also bringing a decreased speed debuff. Like Ruella, isn't she absolutely glorious? You know, man, if I get to talk to Plarium again anytime soon and set up a new beginner promo link, man, I'm gonna go ahead and insist that Ruella is part of the promo link. I believe in this champion so much for early game dungeon progression. She's useful into Chimera as well. Just, I mean, really, really solid champ. And of course, we're also going to be running the Cold Heart into this as well, because she brings a whole bunch of 10 meter decrease too, as well as absolutely smacking the taste out of the boss's mouth. Now, let me just check on the Haikatoon build real fast. Oh god, she's naked. So Haikatoon needs as much speed as possible, but she also needs accuracy to land her 10 meter decrease on her A3, as well as a decreased speed debuff on her A1. So I'm just going to filter boots. Boots is like the most important thing to get first on your support champions, I feel. Primary stat speed, substat accuracy. Let's see what we are working with. Oh my god, we get some potentially 6-star speed boosts here that have rolled accuracy, HP percent. Oh god, you guys can't see because my massive cranium once again. Potentially pretty good boots here. And this is how you want to be sort of building out your champs, right? Be looking for very, very specific stats and make the build easy for yourself. These speed boots are tempting. You know what's so tempting, in fact, that I'm going to do this. Ugh. Throw them on and just try them on the Haikatoon. And let's see if we can build some sets around this. So because she's a support champion, HP percent, defense percent, let's see what we're working with here. Okay, there you have it, man. That's a little bit of something for the Haikatoon. Just got to throw a ring on her real quick just to bolster up those defensive stats a little bit. Almost 200 speed. Not bad, given that I've saved a lot of the priority speed gear for the Doom Priest build, even though we're not using the Doom Priest actively just yet. So I'm going to be doing a bit better job of that, but the accuracy's fine for where we are in dungeons right now. Obviously an accuracy banner and stuff would be appreciated. Okay, I'm just going to slam a ring on this Haikatoon, and then we get to Spider. Stage 16 Spider, first time ever. I am a little bit nervous, not going to lie. But let's see how this does. Okay, so the Ruella's going to open up very, very quickly with her big old decreased speed debuffs and stuff against the boss. The bloody Kale fails to one-shot the spiderlings, which is a little bit worrying. Thankfully, Alice is going to come in and take care of business there real fast. Here comes the big Ruella's debuffs against the boss. And then the Cold Heart comes in, smacks the boss for a quadrillion, and completely resets his 10 meters. So that's pretty good as well. Not bad. Problem is that we are quickly running out of time here. Before the spiderlings are going to start attacking in. And so, let's see if we can just beat the clock. Ruella and Cold Heart now, we're just going to kill the boss as quickly as possible. Let's see if we have what it takes, man. We might take some hits from the spiderlings, but this would be pretty cool if we could clear stage 16 in just one shot here. The kill's damage was very, very lacking there against the spiderlings. Yeah, if he comes in again, he doesn't even do half of the spiderling's health as damage, which is deeply, deeply disconcerting. It looks like the Haikatoon is going to take a little tumble off the cliff, as Shaku would say. Oh gee, it's all falling apart, man. It's all falling apart. Haikatoon too squishy. The kills damage is really the big problem there. Oh god, okay, I see why. Okay, so the kills build is still very, very beginner-esque. Look at the crit damage, man. 36% plus, that's extraordinarily low. Okay, yeah, we can definitely do a better job than that. We can even sacrifice some speed on the kill if we have to. He's running at 206 speed, like he was faster than the Haikatoon did, which is kind of crazy as well. And alright, man, kill, rebuild, complete. We actually don't have a crit damage amulet, so I was only able to push the crit damage up so far, but still, very, very big upgrade, going from 93% bonus damage to 160, pretty good. The speed stays at 185, so he's still quite fast, also gains like 500, 600-ish attack as well, which... pretty saucy, not bad. We're not going to be stealing a pair of boots off of the Orn, so I'll go and replace those real quick, and then we'll jump back in. Here we go, man. Let's see if the Gale's got what it takes here, dude. I did also take the Cat's Gaze relic, which was on this account, equipped on the Sun Wukong, and I plonked that on the Alice instead, who actually just doesn't get to kill all of the spiderlings with that first attack, which is a little bit worrying, dude. Like, what the hell, man? That Alice, it feels like, should be one-shotting these spiderlings, but... okay, she did get one kill on them at least, and so let's see if this run has got enough in the tank to actually finish the job here. Alice cleaves down a whole bunch of nerds. The kill should be coming around again to using his big AoE once it gets back around to his turn. It's going to come down to whether or not we can actually just get the boss dead in time. I don't think the 10-meter control is a problem from the Coltat and the Ruella. Oh god, the first spider attack started to come in. The acid rain comes out. That buys us a little bit of time. Oh, we might just not have enough damage in the tank here. I guess if the Coltat gets off another big A3 and we have time for that, it might just be doable. Let's see, man. As we lose the Katoon. No, they go for the Coltat, dude. Leave her alone. Oh, bloody hell. Shooter! Massive damage. Okay, I think we actually do have enough for the tank to finish this. That said, it's not going to be super, super clean. I mean, we basically win at this stage, right? As soon as the spider boss gets a turn, it's basically over from the amount of poison damage and stuff it's going to take. When its turn ticks through. Cool. Tight. The 10 comes in from kill. We are able to actually finish the job. Alright, stage 16 cleared. Little bit patchy. More than anything, it's just more damage on the Alice at this point. We need her one-shotting all of those spiderlings more consistently. She's sitting on a 4-star chest plate with attack percent for the time being, and she's still using crit rate gauntlets. If we can get these crit rate gauntlets switched over to crit damage and still have a good 5-star attack percentage chest plate on this Alice, we'll be ready to rock and roll. The numbers are just a little bit off for the time being to make that stage 16 spider super reliable for me. Just checking out the Great Hall real quick. Lovely progress in the Great Hall, man. Oh my god, this is just textbook beautiful. But also, once we're done with these accuracy nodes over here, we can go back and start putting a few nodes into crit damage as well across all of the affinities. That's going to make dungeons, just dungeoneering a hell of a lot easier on this account. Anywho, I'm just about out of time on this account, and so once again, man, if you're looking to get a fresh start in Raid Shadow Legends with a triple epic, triple legendary start to your new account, then it all begins by using my beginner promo link down below at the top of the video description box, man, to create your new account. Simply make sure you're signed out of Play and Play, hit that link, use it to make your new account, man, and that's 4 free champions right there. Alice is a free login reward, legendary, and then use code SUPREME6 to get your hands on Supreme Gallic as your 3rd legendary.